Hello and Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Musma Rashid and I am a clinical psychologist and a member of wellness organization that aims to spread psychological knowledge to every person. My topic of today's video is Islam and psychology. Basically, we have studied a lot of different psychological theories that are man-made, but they do not describe the concept of free will. Free will is the control or the taking decisions and having responsibility of one's own decision or one's own act. But the scientists have described the concept of genetics and environment or their mutual relationship on the psychological aspects of humankind. Today, I'm going to describe you the concept of soul in my video. Soul, or we can say as nafs in our own terminology, and Islam has also used the word nafs for soul or mind concept. Soul is basically the spirit, the basic concept we have in our insight, the knowledge we have in our insight that bring us towards goodness or toward evil deeds. What we do is basically depend on our soul, or we can say as nafs. Nafs is described by a lot of Muslim scientists, in which in them there is a one Al-Kindi. Al-Kindi has described the concept of soul or mind. Then we have another famous Muslim scientist whose name is Al-Razi, and he is known as Raziz in the West. He described different mental illnesses, but his major discovery, or what we can say contribution in psychological field, is like he is the first person who introduced psychological or psychiatric ward in the world, which was in Baghdad, that is the capital of Iraq. He wrote different books, but his famous books are Al-Mansuri and Al-Hawai. He also mentioned different complaints, or we can say symptoms of psychological illnesses, and gave differential diagnosis on the basic illnesses of the mind. He also equalized the mental illness with medical conditions, which means that we have different medical conditions and which we can observe in when a person has an illness that is associated with his mental condition. He gave the psychotherapy and drug treatment for those who are mentally ill. So viewers, here it comes one of the best scientists of his era, Ibn Sina, and he is known as Avicenna in the West. His basic contributions are linking mind and body, and he is the pioneer of psychology and medicines. His famous book Al Qanun is known as Canon of Medicine in the West, and he also described a lot of mental illnesses, and he also treated them as well, like insomnia, mania, and depression. Like these are the serious mental illnesses which we discuss in our field. What is nafs? This is the very first question that was arise in my mind when I was learning about nafs or soul, which we can say in psychology. So I was very much confused about the concept of nafs and ruh. Like, are they the same or something different? So after reading a lot of Muslim theologians and the concepts of scholars, that nafs and ruh are two different things. Nafs is something that is inside human body, and ruh is something that is apart from the body. And Allah Almighty has explained these two things very beautifully in Holy Quran. And he also explained three stages of nafs, which these are very much related with the concept of Freud. He explained that id, ego, and superego. The three types of nafs are nafs amara, nafs lawama, and nafs mutmainna. Nafs amara is very much similar to the concept of id, which was described by Freud. Nafs mutmainna is more like superego, and nafs lawama is similar to the ego. In Quran Pak, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has named Nafse Amara as the soul that is an enjoyer of evil. You might have heard a lot of dialogues like I'm a self-made, जैसे चाहो जियो भाई, ज़िंदगी दोबारा नहीं आनी, and it's my life, my rules. These type of dialogues show you some of the selfishness of human personality. The people possessing these type of souls do not follow the concept of us and they only follow the concept of me, and they knows whatever they are. They believe in their own self and they do not care about anybody else. This led them to the evil deed. Nafs lawama is the state between good and bad. This is the stage when the person get to know that he has done something bad and he must be regretful and guilty about that thing he has done. The last stage is nafse mutmainna. It shows the comfort, the peace that a person has. His personality is completely changed. He got the stability, focused attention, and the clear vision in his personality. He is very much satisfied what he has done and what he is doing. He is not confused at all. He is very happy, and he do not wish for something that is very much desirable for him all the time. He is very much compassionate and very much self actualized. So, viewers, after discussing all the types of nerves, this is the time when we have to recognize or realize that what is our type, in which we lie, and what the type of nerves do we have become. So, this is all the game of conscience. In the next video, I'll be going to describe you what is conscience and how can we sharpen our conscience. Until then, take care and Allah Hafiz. Fi Aman Allah.